What's up, everyone? This is 2XTheDope, a podcast where I talk about anything and everything going on in today's life. So stay tuned, because we in for a ride. Let's go. What is up, everybody? It's your boy, Ricky. 2XTheDope is the podcast. You know what time it is. All right. Story time. Kind of, sort of. Well, more like we can relate time, right? So, today's podcast is going to be about work. Woo! Kind of, sort of. Happy, not so happy. But today's podcast is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be talking about coworkers at work. Not specific people, but specific type of people. So, I have a list here that I wrote, and I'm going to go down the list, and I'm going to sit there and I'm going to explain, in my own opinion, each of these coworkers at work. So, the number one coworker, and this is not in any specific order. This is just in, a pretty random order here. But you can go ahead and order them how you like down in the comment section below. So I'm just going to start off here with the number one that I have written on my list, which are coworkers that follow the rules. And don't get me wrong, I am not one for not following the rules. Okay, I'm okay with following the rules, but I do have my own beliefs. And I do have my own opinions about certain rules and certain things. But I'm just going to go down the list and I'm going to tell you each coworker type. And then after that, then I'll explain them all. So one that follows the rules. Then you have your coworkers that are lazy. Then you have funny coworkers. Then you have annoying coworkers. Then you have bosses that are annoying. Then you have bosses that are funny and can relate to their employees. Then you have your fake friends, and then you have your backstabbers, which kind of sort of are in the same category, but we'll get more in depth with that when I get to that one. So the first one will be the ones that follow every rule. So every job has that one person that no matter what you try to tell them, no matter how far you try to steer them off course, they're not going to go off course. They're going to sit there and they're going to follow the rules, which is, I agree. I understand. You know what I mean? You don't want to lose your job. You don't want to do something that might jeopardize that, the opportunity you have with this company. So I can agree with that. Okay, that's fine. But then you have sometimes you have your opinions, and let's say this coworker of yours is doing a job, right? Let's say he's for example, let's say he works at McDonald's, okay? And he's making a sandwich. He's making you a cheeseburger, okay? So he takes the bun out, puts the hamburger on the bun, puts the cheese on the hamburger, puts the ketchup on it, puts the lid on it, the top of the bun, and then he wraps it up and gives it to you. But maybe you have a different way. Maybe you think that, if you put the hamburger first and put the cheese on all the hamburgers, and then you slap the hamburger with cheese on the bun, then you can make the hamburgers, quicker than normal. No, the coworker that follows the rules is going to do it the way that he was taught, the way that McDonald's, does it, or, Burger King or any fast food chain. But you're telling him, hey, dude, I have a faster way. I think this is going to make the job a lot better, a lot quicker, a lot easier for us if we just get all the burgers that have cheese on them and just put the cheese on them and have them ready. So that way we can just grab the burger with cheese, put it on the bun, slap the ketchup on it, boom, good to go. That's just an example. Everybody has their own opinions on doing certain things. So, then like I said, that's that coworker that just doesn't matter what kind of angle you take it, or how you try to fix things, or how you try to make things go by faster to benefit you guys, he's going to take his time and he's going to do it the quote unquote right way, or the way he was told to do it. Then you have those. Then you have your lazy coworkers, right? This is the second one on my list. Then you have your lazy coworkers. Ones that just don't give a fuck. Ones that just don't give a damn. You know what I mean? I know some of you guys know what I mean when I say don't give a damn, You have coworkers that just don't give a shit. Some of them just go to work just to get that paycheck and dip and leave, Some people feel that way some days. Some people don't feel that way some days. Some people want to follow the rules. Some people just don't care, and just want to get about their day, or they've been having a really shitty day throughout the day before they got to work, or, the day before, or that morning. And just sometimes they just don't care, or they've been there for so long that, they just want to do the least amount possible. And they just want to get about their day, get their shit done, pack their shit and leave. An example of that is a coworker that just, has been working there for so long, a couple years, and they just know how the day is going to go by. They know what they're going to do. They know they got to get it done, and they want to get it done as quick as possible so that, they can just have relax for the rest of the day and just, do whatever the fuck they feel like doing, whether it's something, get on another project, or, just work on something that's, relative to what they want to do. That's just an example here, but I'm just saying. Then you have coworkers. This is on my third list. On third on the list, you have coworkers that are funny, that make you laugh. Those are the coworkers that you want. Those are the coworkers that you think are, not. I wouldn't necessarily say want, but I would more say like those are the ones that make your day go by faster. Those are the ones that you can enjoy to work with. And I'm not saying that working with any of the other two will be something wrong, will be bad, or it's not fun, or it's not, it's not something that you want to do. But, necessarily, sometimes you just want to work with a coworker that, changes things up and doesn't always do the same thing, and has different perspectives on certain things, and, coworkers that, make your day go by, ones that you can talk to, ones that you can relate to. Sometimes these funny coworkers, sometimes they're around the same age as you, and you guys can, you have things that are in common, and, you guys can, like I said, relate. Like, personally, I like to think that I'm the kind of guy that gets along with everybody, but that's me. Some people might not think that, and some people might think that. I like to believe that, I'm the coworker that's cool, and I get along with everybody. I give everybody a chance, when I meet them. And, I like to be like, hey, man, I'm going to give you the opportunity to show me who you are. And once you break my trust, then I'm going to start treating you differently. But that's me. That's my personal opinion. Right? And then you have coworkers that are annoying, And this goes in the same category as bosses. You have coworkers that are annoying and bosses that are annoying. But, anyone and everyone can say, oh, my boss is annoying, blah, 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 blah. They're doing their job. They're supposed to be annoying. I get it. They were in your shoes at one point. At my last job, I had a boss of mine who was an employee prior to getting I guess not getting a raise, but getting promoted to, something higher, getting promoted higher than what we were. And everyone said, man, you know how this thing works. You were just like one of us. And now you're going to sit there and do exactly what you didn't like the last boss to do. And you're going to do the same thing knowing that, it's wrong, or knowing that, that's not how you would have wanted it. But you can't always have that boss that wants to, what's the word I'm looking for? That always wants to make things right, or try to accommodate what you think is right. Because at the end of the day, they have to do their job, and they got to do it to their best ability. And if that means that they have to do something different because they know that it's going to work out better for you, then they got to do that. And some people say that's annoying, Yeah, it might be annoying, but at the end of the day, they have a job to do. Same thing with, coworkers that are annoying. Well, not really the same thing. Because you can have coworkers that just get on your nerves, Sometimes it's just their face. Sometimes it's just some things they say, or, just like little things they do that just gets on your nerves. And, people have their own, little pet peeves about certain people and stuff like that, or just the way they work, But that's just, everybody has their own special way of dealing with things. You know what I mean? And being with that annoying coworker, you're just like, damn, man, I don't want to work with this guy today. Because let's say he has bad hygiene or his breath stinks. You're like, shit, man, I gotta work with this guy and his breath smell like shit. And I don't want to work with him. Not that he's annoying, but it annoys you because shit, you don't want to deal with somebody that has bad hygiene or, that's gross, which leads me to my next on the list, which would be backstabbers. Then you have coworkers that are backstabbers, which are in the same category as fake friends, right? So you have backstabbers, people that come up to you and they're like, oh, they're really nice to you in your face, and they talk to you like you're cool, like you guys are good, blah, 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 and then all of a sudden, you hear something from, through the grapevine saying, damn, this person said this about you. I thought y'all was cool. Shit, fool, I thought we was cool too. I didn't know this is how it's going to be. I didn't know this is the route he was going to take. I thought that we was, on the same page. I thought he was my quote unquote friend. But then he might go back to that category of ones that follow the rules, ones that dick eat. You don't want people like that. And that's why you have to be careful with people like that, because you have to always, for me personally, doesn't matter if it's work, outside of work, wherever I'm at, if I do have a friend or an acquaintance, I keep them at an arm's length, at a distance. There's certain lines you just don't cross. There's certain things you just don't say, especially now in 2020. There's just certain things you just can't do. You have to be really sensitive about the things you say to a certain person. You know what I mean? I'm not going to get into that because that's a completely different subject. But, that's me. Fake friends is just one thing, you just have to be careful with. People always going to talk shit behind your back. At the end of the day, this is what my dad told me, and I like to bring my pops into my podcast a lot because Pop's got some shit to say. Like I said, he hits me with these one-liners. I told you that in the last podcast. And one of his one-liners was, friends are like $1 in your pocket. They come and they go. But at the end of the day, you always have your family. And you always have your brothers. You got your sisters, your mom, your dad, your cousins, and your family. All right? So take that into consideration, right? Fake friends are like $1 in your pocket, or just friends in general. They come and they go. You see what I'm saying? That's the podcast for today. It's your boy Ricky. 2XTheDope is the podcast. You know what it is. If you have anything to say, any more subjects for me to talk about, please comment down below, like, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.